You know, artificial intelligence is set to completely transform medicine, right? But here's the thing. Is it transforming how we train our doctors? Today, we're diving into a really critical question. Are we actually preparing the physicians of tomorrow for a world that's, well, it's already here? And this question, man, it gets right to the heart of the whole issue. Technology is just moving at this breakneck pace, and it really forces us to stop and ask if our medical schools are even keeping up. Are they building doctors for the future of healthcare, or are they kind of stuck teaching for the past? This is the big challenge we're going to unpack. Because the reality is, healthcare is evolving, and it's evolving fast. The doctor of tomorrow, they're going to need so much more than just deep medical knowledge and a great bedside manner. They'll need to be true partners with technology. I mean, imagine a doctor interpreting data from an AI that's just scanned thousands of medical images, or consulting a system that can predict patient outcomes with startling accuracy. That's the world we're heading into. So, when we throw around the term AI in medicine, what are we actually talking about? It can all sound a bit like science fiction, I know, but the applications are becoming very real, very fast. To really get what's at stake, let's first get super clear on what this technology actually is. Okay, so if you boil it all down, the core idea is pretty simple. We're talking about technologies that let machines do tasks that would normally require human intelligence. So think about an AI recognizing cancerous patterns on an X-ray that a human eye might just miss. Or a system that learns from millions of patient records to predict your personal risk for a disease. That's AI. And listen, this isn't some abstract concept for way off in the future. It's got tangible, practical applications right now. We're talking about tools that can help doctors diagnose diseases with way more accuracy just by spotting these tiny clues in scans. For students, AI can literally create personalized learning paths, figuring out their weak spots and giving them the exact material they need. In the clinic, it can predict which patients are at high risk, which allows for early intervention. And get this, in training, it can even create these ultra-realistic simulations, letting students practice super complex procedures in a totally zero-risk environment. Okay, so that's the what. Now for the really critical question. So what? Why does any of this matter? Well, the answer affects not just future doctors, but every single one of us as patients. Because what's really at stake here is the future quality and the effectiveness of the care we're all going to receive. And look, this is way bigger than just adding a new tech course to the curriculum. Failing to adapt and train our physicians in this new reality, that risks creating a massive skills gap. And that's a gap that could directly impact the quality of care that you and I receive, and even decide whether our whole healthcare system can keep pace with innovation happening around the world. You can really see the two very different futures we're facing here. On one path, if we lean into this, what do we get? We get competent, tech-savvy doctors who use these tools to create better patient outcomes and become leaders in medical innovation. Awesome, right? But that other path, the one where we do nothing, that leads to a huge skills gap, potentially compromised care, and a healthcare system that's just constantly playing catch-up. So if that's the risk, what does the solution actually look like when you're sitting in the classroom? How could bringing AI into schools fundamentally change the day-to-day for a medical student? I mean, the entire student journey could be completely transformed. So first up, learning becomes truly personal. Just imagine an AI tutor that analyzes your quiz results in real time, sees that you're struggling with, I don't know, cardiovascular pharmacology, and then bam, it creates a custom study plan just for you. Then you move on to practice, not just with textbooks, but in these incredibly realistic AI simulations where you can face rare and complex cases without any risk to a real person. And finally, assessment. Instead of waiting weeks for feedback, AI tools can give you instant, data-backed critiques on your performance, pinpointing exactly where you need to improve. Of course, making this a reality isn't as simple as just flipping a switch. There are some huge questions we have to consider. You've got the whole ethical side of it. How do we make sure patient privacy is protected? How do we handle all this data responsibly? Then there are new regulations to navigate, and of course, the practical challenges, like the cost of all this, and the need to train the faculty too. It's all about pushing forward, but with responsible innovation. So what's the end game in all this? Ultimately, the goal is to train physicians who are future-proof, doctors who are ready not just for the challenges of today, but who are equipped to adapt and thrive for their entire careers. And this right here is where medical schools have a massive opportunity to lead the charge. And this quote just nails the opportunity here. It's all about being proactive. By embracing AI now, universities aren't just playing defense or trying to keep up. No, they're actually positioning themselves as leaders in modern medical training.
And most importantly, they're empowering their students to thrive in a world that is already changing around them. Because let's be real, the technology isn't some distant dream anymore. It's here, it's now. So the fundamental question that we're all left with is this: are we ready to build the doctors we're all going to need for tomorrow?